we are created to have the Holy Spirit as our helper and companion.
It's kind of like that piece of me that was always missing got filled. Outside of Jesus, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Life changes a lot when we discover hearing the Holy Spirit. How did you guys find that changed how you shared your faith once you had that leading of the Holy Spirit?
I feel like for me, it changed everything. It's so, like, it's such a broad thing to say, but literally it did. It's kind of like, I think about it in this way. You're in a house and all you know is the house. And then you didn't realize, but there actually, once you open that door, there is an entire world out there. And that is literally how the Holy Spirit, to me, opened my eyes up to a whole new world, without being cliche. I understand that. Yes, the song A Whole New World. But I think because you see more of how God sees his children, you see more of like where he's moving, where he isn't, the longer you go that journey with him. And I think when I started it, I was like, oh, okay, these are not just my own thoughts now. These are actually more like God's, because you're growing in faith. So you obviously you align your thoughts with that, but also the Holy Spirit's putting things inside of you, or the feeling as well. When you walk into a room or you meet people and you're like, what was that? Whoa, I can sense this feeling. Or because I'm such an emotional based person, I'm like, you're not okay, or like you are just full of life and joy, like, oh my goodness. And you see just God's essence in every single person you have contact with or you communicate to. So I think for me, it changed everything.
Yeah, it's that idea of we are created to have the Holy Spirit as our helper and companion. We're not meant to do it in our own strength. And it can feel overwhelming when you're like, there's this whole world that needs to be saved, but it's like, if the Holy Spirit's leading you, it changes everything because you just listen to him and go with his prompts rather than, you know, trying to save everyone you meet.
Like, I think what you said there of strength, you know, in the past, I was trying to do it in my own capabilities. Like, Jesus, like, I know you're there. I'm doing this for you. Don't worry. You can, like, just rest. I've got it. I'll do it, you know. But
chill
actually...
back on the throne.
Yeah, you chill on the throne. I got it. Like, I'm your hands and feet. Let's go, you know. But actually, yes, you would have wins or successes, but how much further than be like, okay, Holy Spirit, Jesus, what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to say? I'm inviting you in, like, this is yours, not mine, you know? Having the open hand concept with that and just seeing, like, you say a whole new world, like literally the day and night difference of when I do it in my own strength, I get 50%. When I do it in Jesus and the Holy Spirit's strength, infinity. There's no ends to it there. And it's just seeing that. It's also encouraging as the believer that we can see that, but also then other people around us, like, just so much more effective when you almost don't have to worry and carry that burden yourself because Jesus has got it, that he empowers us to share with other people there. So that was, for me, like a real cool moment of understanding that, oh, Jesus got it, not me.
I'm really curious, as someone who's grown up in church and always been sort of familiar with the idea of Holy Spirit, what was that like for you when you got saved?
Thank you for asking the question. It was wild. Because outside of Jesus, there's nothing. There's nothing. Yeah, it was really incredible going from, without Jesus, there's just nothing. There's nothing on the other side. There's nothing there. So I lived out my life without, you know, drugs, that sort of thing, completely void of Holy Spirit. And then receiving deliverance and receiving the Holy Spirit was a bananas experience. But a few things became really apparent to me in those first couple of weeks of Holy Spirit. It might sound a bit crazy, but colours suddenly really stood out more to me. The world, this might sound bonkers, hey, but the world actually made sense. Oh, wow. And it started moving in the right direction. And I had an understanding that Jesus was in control and running everything. It was, it's hard to explain, very intimate and very personable, but it's kind of like that piece of me that was always missing got filled, and everything changed, and there was something on the other side. There's nothing. You know, there's nothing. There's nothing you can do. I tried every single thing under the freaking sun. I'm not even lying.
How did you feel, like what led you before to do things versus when the Holy Spirit's leading you? How is it different?
Before God, I was led by what I want, by self, basically, what I want to do. Honestly, by sin as well. I was just
Did you have any sort of like belief like the universe or?
I didn't even think about those kinds of things. I thought about where am I going to get drugs from? How popular can I be? How many women can I sleep with? I didn't think about anything outside of that. That was my world and that was my life. And so being on the other side of that and understanding that, yeah, there is a God and he is real and he is holding everything together and he is sovereign just opened up my mind to so much more than what was there previously.
And how has that changed how you share your faith though?
Now being able to share my faith with people that are in that same boat, I just have a relatability and an understanding of what they're going through and that there is nothing and that you're not thinking about these bigger picture kind of ideas about life. You're just going through the routine and the day-to-day. And I think I know that God has used my story to be relatable to those people and that he uses all of our individual stories to relate to all kinds of different people. I love that we're all different yet we're one body going for the same goal in the end. And I feel blessed that God has called me to use my story to help lead people on the other side towards Jesus. But I also love that everyone has their own journey and way of going about now. And the fear of not having God, it actually drives my evangelism a little bit, to be honest. The idea of anyone not entering into a place with God for eternity is just not okay. It's not okay.
That's so fun.
Yes, sir. I hear you.
You're like, I need that
Jesus,
for him.
is it me, Jesus?